Good morning, students. Hope you all are fine and safe. Now we are going to start secondary activities. These activities are economic activities. Economic activities are broadly grouped as primary activities, secondary activities, tertiary activities, and quaternary activities. It means all activities are economic activities. The economic strength of a country is measured by the development of manufacturing industries. Industries provide jobs in secondary and tertiary sectors, thus reducing dependence of people on agriculture sector. Industrialization helps to eradicate poverty and unemployment. Export of manufactured goods brings in much needed foreign exchange. Industries transform the raw material into a variety of goods of higher value. Most of the developed nations such as Japan, USA are industrialized. What are secondary activities? Secondary activities add values to natural resources by transforming raw materials into valuable products. Three examples are: cotton in the ball has limited use, but after it is transformed into yarn, becomes more valuable and can be used for making clothes and garments. Second example: iron ore can be used directly from the mines, but after being converted into steel, it gets its value and can be used for making many valuable machines, tools, and so on. Third example: most of the materials from the farm, forest, mine, and the sea are processed into various valuable items. Now, related to this chapter, see the mind map. Under this chapter, first module is manufacturing. Manufacturing means production of things. Second module is characteristics of modern large-scale manufacturing. Under this, specialization of skills, methods of production. Second, mechanization. Third, technological innovation. Fourth, organizational structure and stratification. And fifth, uneven geographic distribution. Third module of this chapter is factors influencing industrial location. Access to market, access to raw materials, access to power supply, access to labor supply, access to transportation and communication facilities, government policy, and last, access to agglomeration economies or links between industries. Now, the fourth module of this chapter is classification of manufacturing industries. According to this, there are four types on the basis of size. On the basis of size, further divided: household, small scale, and large scale. Next, second is on the basis of inputs or raw materials. According to this, agro-based, food processing, mineral-based, chemical-based, forest-based, and animal-based. Now, third, on the basis of outputs or finished products. According to this, further divided into two parts: basic industry and consumer goods industry. And last, on the basis of ownership. According to ownership, there are further divided into three sectors: public sector, private sector, and joint sector. Next module of this chapter is traditional large-scale industrial regions. Next is iron and steel industries. It's further divided into two parts: integrated steel plants, mini steel plants. Last module of this chapter is cotton textile industry, and it's further divided into three sectors: handloom sector, powerloom sector, and mill sectors. Now see the complete mind map of this chapter. Now the objectives of this chapter. It tells us about the meaning of secondary activities and manufacturing process. It explains about the modern large-scale manufacturing. It means characteristics and classification. Classification is based on their size, inputs, raw materials, outputs, products and ownership. On the basis of size, they can be classified as house or cottage industries, small scale and large. On the basis of inputs or raw materials, they can be agro-based, mineral-based, chemical-based, forest-based and animal-based. On the basis of output or products, it is classified as basic or consumer goods industries. On the basis of ownership, they can be public, private and joint sector. It also makes us aware about iron and steel industry as the basic industry, as well as it let us know about cotton textile industries. Manufacturing means production of things and literally means to make by hand. Manufacturing essentially is a process involves raw materials into finished goods of higher value for sale in local or distant markets. It involves from handicraft to reshaping or molding iron and steel, computer parts or space vehicles. It can be done with automation technology or with primitive tools or methods. So, manufacturing refers to conversion of raw materials into finished goods through application of power. It may be done with machinery or with primitive tools. In each process, use of labor, power, mass production of same products and so on. So what is manufacturing? How does manufacturing lead to value addition of the raw material? Explain with the help of examples. So answer is production of goods in large quantities after processing from raw materials to more valuable products is called manufacturing. People employed in the secondary activities manufacture the primary materials into finished goods. For example, paper is manufactured from wood, sugar from sugarcane, and iron and steel from iron ore, aluminium from bauxite, etc. Thus, raw materials are informed into a wide variety of finished goods of higher value. Now next, characteristics of modern large-scale manufacturing. Manufacturing industries help in modernizing agriculture. It reduces the heavy dependence of people on agriculture income by providing them jobs in secondary and tertiary sectors. It eradicates unemployment and poverty from our country. It also brings down regional disparities by establishing industries in tribal and backward areas. Export of manufactured goods expand trade and commerce and brings in much needed foreign exchange. In manufacturing, raw materials are transformed into a wide variety of finished goods which are of higher value. Now, we are classified the characteristics of modern large-scale manufacturing. First is specialization of skills. It means methods of production. Second, mechanization. It means all work are done by machines. Third is technological innovation. And next, organization, structure and stratification. And fifth is uneven geographic distribution. Now we will discuss one by one in detail. Specialization of skills, methods of production. Mass production involves production of large quantities of standardized parts by each worker performing only one task repeatedly, thereby reducing the cost of production. Under the craft method, factories produce only a few pieces which are made to order, so the costs are high. On the other hand, mass production involves production of large quantities of standardized parts by each worker performing only one task repeatedly. Second characteristic is mechanization. Mechanization means all work are done by machine. Under mechanization, mechanization refers to using gadgets which accomplish tasks. Automation. Automation means without human aid of human thinking during the manufacturing process. Means automation is the advanced stage of mechanization. Third characteristic is technological innovation. Technological innovation through research and development strategy are an important aspect of modern manufacturing. Under this, it is essential for quality control, technological innovations required for eliminating waste and inefficiency. Next, in the modern days, it is highly essential for combating pollution. So, under technological innovation, first point is research and development. Second, increase the efficiency. Next, decrease waste. And last, maintain quality. The fourth characteristic is organization structure and stratification. Under this, modern manufacturing is characterized by first, complex machine technology, next, specialization and division of labor for producing more goods with less effort and low cost, next, vast capital, next, large organization, and last, executive bureaucracy.